Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the End in Mind podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin. Really excited about today's guest. Thanks so much for being here today, Kusha.
Thank you so much, Caitlin, for having me here. I'm really excited to have this conversation with you.
I am so excited as well. I felt like when you and I met at the Badass Women in Business networking event, shout out Sarah, um, we just totally hit it off, and I love how you support your clients. I know you specifically work with coaches and women
Yes.
in our online industry. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you provide them with and what your process?
Sure. Yeah, thank you. So I am basically a branding expert and a confidence coach, and I have my business by the name of the Bespoke Designs. And I really love to work with women who are primarily online coaches, to make over their entire brand identity, on social media and to help them to get that kind of visibility and confidence with which they can show up and kind of stand out and in such a way that they are literally shining like a rare diamond.
So beautiful. And it's challenging, as most of us know, to stand out online right now. There's so many people and content. So, can you tell us a little bit more about some of your clients and how they've been able to become their diamonds amongst their own industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have normally, for since I've been working now for almost 8 years in the online space, I have worked with a variety of coaches. So I somehow have never been able to think of, niching myself down because I think I have that kind of gift in me that where I am able to understand my client's vision, and when I say the vision, they really are people who are out of the box, like trailblazers, kind of like unicorns. They don't really fit in. They have like a crazy journey. They have a very, very emotional story or a background which they are coming from, and they are wanting to transform lives through their coaching or their service. And I believe what I'm able to do for them is bridge the gap between themselves and their, dream clients or soul clients, whatever you may want to call them. Because unless and until you are able to show up as the real authentic self that you are, wherein you can, show up with your confidence, wherein you can show up with who you really are, what is it that you really have to offer, the right kind of audience will not really be attracted to you, or they would not really be able to resonate with you. So I believe I'm able to do that with the help of visuals, because that's exactly what I primarily offer. So I do the entire visual branding for them, and when I'm doing it, I'm making sure that it connects their vision with what their clients or their dream clients are really looking for. And that is exactly how it's kind of converting into a diamond brand, because each and every single coach out there is unique, and I feel they all have unique gifts. They're all different from each other, as much as they might be in the same niche of maybe like a mindset coach or a fitness coach or a heart-led entrepreneur or somebody who's into reiki or spirituality. But still they all have a different journey, they all come with a different story. And we as individuals, we are humans, so I feel that we can only connect with emotions and feelings. So when my clients are able to share their journey, their truth in complete authenticity, I think that's where the magic happens. And you top it off with the visuals, you top it off with an amazing social media presence, which is cohesive, which is consistent, and which is giving the kind of vibe that you as a coach have. I think that's where it's kind of like you see that diamond effect where now you are able to stand out. So even if there is another mindset coach, but you will have your set of dream clients wanting to work with you because they found the person that they were looking for who could help them solve their problems.
Oh, I just love everything that you stand for. I know our audience will resonate with so much from where you started with some of the sensitivities and the journeys that your clients go on, and how important that is to wrap it into the brand. A lot of us within the End in Mind community identify as highly sensitive people. So that's always been a conflicting factor for many people that come to this show. Like, how much is oversharing, right? And how much can I actually share about my journey so that people can connect with me based off of their own experiences, and vice versa. So it's really great to hear that that's some of those, fill in the blanks that you can help your clients with. And I'm sure, I'm speaking from my own experience here. Before I got vulnerable with my company, I was attracting like all of the types of clients that really didn't totally resonate with who I am, or how I approach life. And I'm curious to see if that's what you see with some of your clients after working with you, and they can be vulnerable and show up as their authentic selves as well.
Absolutely. So I feel it is crucial to be, and I wouldn't want to use the word vulnerable. I would rather use the word as, just be you. So if being you includes the vulnerable side of it, then so be it. But if that's not what really is, so I don't think everybody would have like a hardship journey of struggles and so on and so forth, but they could have had some kind of transformation. They probably could have been doing something in their life because of which they've achieved success. And it could also be as simple as, starting their business and going through that entire struggle and being able to talk about it, in all honesty. And I think I do that so much in my own business because I feel that I want people to know who I really am, where I come from, what do I stand for, why I do what I do, and what does it really mean to me. So I feel when you are able to give answers to all these questions to yourself first, then I feel you will get that courage to go and show up, as the true self that you are. So I feel being you is what is essential because then they will see the real person that you are. So you don't have to make yourself up. You don't have to put a mask on yourself when you go live or, when you're doing some kind of a video training or whatever. Just be the real person that you are. Talk like how you would talk to someone, when you meet them face to face, and make sure you are sharing your truth. Make sure you are sharing something which is important for other people also, because that's how the connection will really happen, because then they will feel seen and they will feel heard. And that's happening because of what you're sharing. It could be your journey, it could be your story, it could be your experience. I mean, I keep sharing experiences of, my clients that I work with in their case studies of, before and after. And that's purely because I want that the audience is able to see that what is the transformation happening. So I feel it's so crucial that, you are able to be truthful, authentic, real, and even if it brings the the rawness and the the vulnerability side of it, the emotional side of it, then definitely that should be a part of this.
Thank you so much. Yeah, for sharing more about your perspective on it too. And being ourselves online, it can be really scary. So I loved that you gave some tangible walkaways, like for anybody that is feeling a lot of resistance around being themselves. What would you say, as one tip, maybe, even if they know that they need to share their story, but they just haven't gotten there yet? Is that something that you would be able to help our listeners with? Is it more of a long-term process, or is it kind of dependent on the individual as well?
Yeah, I think this is a great question, and I think each and every single person who is who has started their business goes through it. I've been through it myself. When I started this journey, I used to hate going live. I used to feel overwhelmed. I used to get nervous. My background is in training, I've had the confidence of speaking to an audience of more than 100 people, in a room. And then when I started online, I used to be, scared sitting all by myself in my room. and, staring at the dot of my camera and trying to record myself. So I've been there, and I know that at times it feels crazy nervous, to show up as you, to show up your vulnerabilities or your truth. But my only suggestion and the way I was able to overcome this is, two things. One is keep taking baby steps. So you don't have to worry about the ending. You don't have to worry about the outcome. You don't have to worry about the result. All I'm trying to tell you is take one step, one baby step every single day, and you will not even realize how soon and how far you will come along. And also, I feel another very important thing is that every time you want to show up for your business, try and think about that one person who is in the audience that you wish to really talk to. So you don't have to be talking to the entire world. Who's that one person? Try and visualize that one person for whom that your service or your offer or your story will resonate with, and keep that one person in mind, and then go out there and talk about your work, talk about the story, include it in your messaging, in your content, in your graphics, in the reels that you're creating, because you can't really be catering to the whole world. Your dream client has to come to you only because of you. It's not going to be because of your service. It's not going to be because of the discount or the product or the amazing benefits. They will come to you just because of who you really are and how they are able to resonate or connect with you. So the more, like I said, I'm kind of repeating this, but I'm just trying to say that the more you are, the more or the higher the chances that your dream clients will want to connect with you. They kind of would want to be in your space, because it's that energy, it's that aura, it's that vibe that you are only creating, and nobody else can do that for them. And that's exactly how you keep taking one step after another, and you will be able to overcome your fears, and you will see that slowly and gradually it does get easy. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to briefly touch on the first point that you mentioned and how you just shared it again, which is the baby steps. I know for myself, entrepreneurship was so overwhelming, in the beginning, and it definitely could hold me back from taking action. One of the things I've been saying to a few of my clients and just like friends is reminding myself not to overthink it and just do it. So,
Mm.
I love that you shared that portion of it. And with that, we learn as we go, and adapt, which I'm sure you're able to help your clients, look at, hey, what worked with this video? What didn't work? How can we adapt it? And is that something that you do with your clients as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am taking care of the strategy side of it as well. I am helping them in building their confidence. So I am providing them the done for you service, where I literally create, their pages or their, social media content for them. But on the other side, I'm also working with them in, checking that how do they even feel when they are putting out, those graphics or those videos, and does this sound like them for them, because they need to be confident about it. It's not about how I'm feeling that, oh, I did such an amazing post for them, or I created such an amazing reel for them, for example. But it's about them being able to be in that energy. And if that's not happening, obviously it will not connect with the audience. So there is a back and forth, there is like an analysis that needs to be done, and there has to be improvisation every time, for sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's so great. I love everything that you shared. I feel like you're bringing a new perspective, for our
Thank you.
listeners and helping with the confidence side of things. Cause as you and I chatted about, with Meraki, that's not really something that we help our clients do. So
Mhm.
that's why I really wanted to bring you on to share this stepping stone of how you're able to help them embody that confidence. And then, down the line would be like a perfect time for you and I to maybe even join forces like we shared, and creating different types of referral offers. So
Yes.
I'm really excited about everything that you're doing with your clients, and thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us how you're able to help women actually achieve this authenticity, which is at times all the conditioning that we've had over the years. We kind of have to unlearn that, and I love that you shared your corporate background too, and how you've had this side of it too, that a lot of our listeners also may even be currently in, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think empowering women is crucial, and it's important because we as women have been, raised, with that thought that we're not good enough,
Mm,
and we end up comparing ourselves. We end up, self-criticizing ourselves. We end up being so harsh on our own selves about how we are as individuals, as women. And then on top of it, we have all the world's tags of being, of all the things that we need to take care of in terms of being a good mom, being a good wife or daughter or whatever. So there are so many roles that we are playing in our day-to-day life that we forget that before we are those roles and those tags that we are attached to, we are, we are an individual person or a human or a woman who could have her own desires, ambitions, and who could make a difference to other people's life just by being the way she is, minus the tags. And it's so important that I want to share more and more about my story, about, and I didn't share this here because I didn't know, because I'm a single mom, so I love to talk about my journey. I love to talk about how, I was able to move out, I was able to start on my own. And all this is only because I feel that, I don't know, somewhere in the corner of the world there might be that one lady who is sitting indecisive, who is holding back on taking that leap of faith. So you really don't know, that when, by sharing your story, by sharing about, the real you that you are, who in the corner of the world, might make a decision, and you are probably the one because of whom they got inspired, and, you kind of changed their lives. So I feel everybody should share, everybody should talk about, their story, their journey, their entire, thought behind what they do, why they do, what is their passion, what is their purpose, because that's what's going to help you to get connected more and more. And there's like an emotional connection which is required. So I feel this is so important, and I'm so glad that I could do that, today through your podcast, and there will be so many people who will be listening to this, and I'm hoping that they should get that courage, in spite of all the fears, that go ahead, take that one step. You might get stuck, you might take back two steps, but then again, keep taking those baby steps one after the other, and, gradually you'll make your way.
such great advice. Thank you so much, Kusha. I'm so excited to have you on. Can you tell our listeners how to get in touch with you? And again, I just find you so inspiring. And I also loved what you mentioned about we don't know, how many people will be impacted. And really, it
You're
just takes
most
a few
welcome.
people, right? In order to build a business. So, yeah, thank you so much again. And I would love to share any offers that you have, again, where everybody can get in touch with you, whether that's through Instagram, your website, or all three. And then, of course, for our listeners, we'll have everything linked below in the show notes so they can reach out.
Sure, thank you so much. So I am basically, present on all social media platforms, but it's by the name of the dot bespoke designs on Instagram, and of course my website is also by the name of the bespokedesigns.com, and I have my Facebook page as well by the same name, which is the bespokedesigns.com. So all three are the same. Feel free to follow me, and feel free to connect with me. And if you feel that you are struggling in creating your brand, if you're struggling in terms of where do I go next in terms of elevating my business? And if you feel you are ready to take your business to the next level, then definitely, send me a message. We can have a complimentary 30-minute brand consultation call as well. And we can brainstorm and we can discuss about, how we can make your brand shine literally like a rare diamond.
Beautiful. Thank you so much again for all of our listeners. Just repeat, we'll have all the links in the show notes. Happy to DM me as well, and I can connect you with Kusha here. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me, Caitlin. It's been great.
Bye bye.